So, if you've been listening to my podcast since the beginning, you may remember that at some point I mentioned the fact that the theme song that I had my friend Peter record would hopefully get redone to actually be like, well, what's the word? Like, I don't know, actually recorded better than the fact that you can just still hear the keys plunking as he plays them, because we just did it with the phone. And I said that maybe I'd get that done over Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving has come and gone, and I still very much have not have not done anything about that. So, yeah, roll the theme song, Peter. Hello, everybody. My name is Noah Mandow, and welcome to the 16th episode of the National Holiday Podcast for October 15th. Oh, it's a Friday, so the weekend is upon us shortly. For all of those who maybe only shower once a year or wash their hair once a year, today is Global Hand Washing Day, the single day of the year where you get to wash all of that grime and dirt off of your hands and clean your fingernails. We do hope that hand washing is a regular practice that you do every day. Whoops. What a great first sentence after I said that. Ooh, and then it goes into COVID-19 stuff. So prior to that, hand washing and its importance in helping prevent the spread of disease is something that most of us probably never gave much thought to. I don't know. I definitely thought about it, like every single time I washed my hands, but maybe that's just me. But the global pandemic has really shone a light on the importance of hand washing, meaning this day now carries extra relevance, even though it has been around since 2008. So, since 2008, the community, as well as national leaders and influencers, have used this national holiday to spread awareness about the value of clean hands. It really is a valuable message. Hand washing is such a simple practice, but it really can make all the difference and save lives. 1980s, the first hand hygiene regulations were published nationally. Wow, really? Only the 1980s? Man, I assumed it was something like prior to that. I mean, I know that like way back in like biblical times and stuff, priests would wash their hands before doing certain ceremonial things. But I'm surprised that it took till the 1980s for it to be a thing for people to wash their hands more. I'm sure like sinks existed before the 1980s. Actually, I'm not sure about that. I'm pretty positive about that actually. Yeah, the 1980s were quite recent. Yes, I'm confident that the ability to wash your hands existed before that. But I guess that's when it was like made regulation. I wonder if that has anything to do with Typhoid Mary. Was that her name? Because I know that was definitely something with her going to places and like cooking things and then spreading typhoid. I don't know if that necessarily just means that she wasn't washing her hands properly or what that would all entail, but I'm curious when that was and how that would affect this. So the Global Hand Washing Partnership created Global Hand Washing Day at World Water Week in Stockholm, Sweden. In 2008, over 120 million children around the world washed their hands with soap in more than 70 countries. Cool. Wow, there you go. 2019, the theme for Global Hand Washing Day was Life is Better with Clean Hands. Do they need a theme? Okay. The hygiene campaign targeted adults who are parents and caregivers in emphasizing the importance of hand washing. There we go. All right, and moving along to International Day of the Rural Women. Of rural women. There we go. That makes sense. I grammatically messed that up. This day is dedicated to the millions of women living in remote rural places and celebrates the achievements and contributions of these women towards rural development and agriculture. In 1995, during the Fourth World Conference on Women in Beijing, China, the idea of empowering and honoring women was put forward. Since October 16th was celebrated as World Food Day, it was suggested that October 15th be celebrated as International Day of Rural Women to appreciate the contribution of rural women in agriculture, food production, and food safety. So I guess that's a spoiler for tomorrow. We got World Food Day. It says that the United Nations was born in 1945. The idea to celebrate International Day of Rural Women was put forth in 1995. In 2003, a resolution for working towards the development of information technology for women in rural places is initiated, and in 2007 it is declared in the UN General Assembly that October 15th will be observed as International Day of Rural Women. There we go. All right, on to National Aesthetician Day? Aesthetician Day? Like aesthetic, but a doctor of sorts? We'll read. We'll figure it out. The day is dedicated to the millions of that word across the globe who work day and night so that we can look our best. Oh, wait, are they the people who, like, work on dead bodies? Yo. Is that what it is? Hold on. Said that the early men during the Stone Age used a variety of aesthetic practices, but it was mainly for blending into the environment, which was crucial for hunting stealthily. However, there's been pieces of evidence suggesting that people in southern Africa used powdered red rock on the face and body to be more attractive to the opposite sex. Some suggest that this was hunting ritual. Wait, okay, is it just normal? I can't. There's a picture. The picture for it is like a woman working on another woman, but I can't tell if the woman who's laying down is dead. This place doesn't look like a morgue, so I'm gonna take it that it's just like people who do cosmetics and stuff. 50 BC, rulers of the Egyptian Empire, including Cleopatra, used various methods for grooming and beautification. 1200 AD, perfumes and other hair care and beauty products emerged during the Middle Ages. 1998, Cosmetics, a skincare company, is founded by a team of chemists and estheticians. I still don't know how to properly pronounce that word. And this started in 2016. Was the first day of this holiday. Whoa. Brow lamination is becoming popular. 2021 saw a rise in people opting for brow lamination, where eyebrows are brushed with setting lotion instead of using pencils that fill the eyebrows. Huh. There we go. Interesting. A lymphatic massage can reduce puffiness. Lymphatic massages can eliminate stress and tension from target points in the face and reduce puffiness. The more you know. National Cheese Curd Day. If you're a total cheesehead, then get excited for this day, because on October 15th, Culver's, a popular Midwestern fast food chain, created this holiday. Yeah, so back in 2015, made it, and if you don't already know, cheese curds are bite-sized nuggets of cheese. Now you can see why they have a whole day designed to them, or designated to them, right? It asks, I don't know if cheese curds need their own day. I guess a lot of random foods do, though, so fair enough. And this page really doesn't have too much on it. Their insides can vary in color. Because cheese curds are typically made with cheddar cheese, they can sometimes be white inside or sometimes yellow. Okay, I was expecting something a little bit more crazy than that. Like, it was just the two colors that you would most expect from cheese. And then it suggests trying to make your own things. I'm really underwhelmed in this. Cheese curds squeak. Okay, there we go. Not only is squeaking a common characteristic of cheese curds, this happens because the elastic protein strands in the curbs rub against your teeth's enamel, but it's also a sign of freshness. Huh, there you go. Moving on to National Grouch Day, which the picture is a very grumpy cat. I love that. To honor the world's favorite Grouch, Oscar from Sesame Street, National Grouch Day was created on October 15th. This is a day to celebrate all the Grouches we know, or to embrace the Grouch that lives inside of all of us. On this day, no one can stop us from complaining, being irritable, or wallowing in misery. Oh boy, because that is what Grouches do. Also, this day teaches us that it's good to spend time processing our negative emotions. It's very true. On social media, this is a fun day with people posting jokes, memes, funny photos, and stories. 1969 was Oscar the Grouch's debut in Sesame Street. 2005, a parody of a certain future president appeared on Sesame Street. He had more trash than any other Grouch, and he often bragged about it. Interesting. 2012, Tartar Sauce, aka Grumpy Cat, became an internet celebrity after a picture of her wound up on Reddit. She became the subject of many internet memes with cynical jokes. I remember that. 2013, Oscar the Grouch and Big Bird sang the famous song "I Love Trash" on the Colbert Report. Oh, there we go. How to spot a Grouch. A Grouch is an eccentric creature that loves to complain. An eccentric creature? What? That loves to complain and is happiest when someone can share their misery. And Grouches never admit to being happy because staying miserable is their main mission in life. Oh, jeez. Oscar was once orange. Oscar the Grouch was originally orange in color, but he turned green after a vacation at Swamp Mushy Muddy. Oh, interesting. I guess he just never washed his hands after that one. Ooh, callback. Also, fun fact, Big Bird is like different colors in different countries. There's one where he's blue and looks like he's been hopped up on some drugs. It's actually kind of creepy looking, to be honest. So sorry to all the children who grew up in whichever country that was and had to deal with that. Blue Big Bird. Yep. Okay, on to National I Love Lucy Day. Oh, another one about a show. At this very minute, somewhere in the world, Lucy and Ricky are arguing in 44 countries. Today we recall a simple time when the family gathered around one rabbit-eared black and white TV set with only 3 channels. CBS was the only channel to watch on Monday nights at 9 p.m., so throw on your PJs and bunny slippers to walk down memory lane. Celebrates the trend-setting sitcom of the same name, I Love Lucy, premiering on this day in 1951 and lasting until May of 1957. The hilarious comedy, spearheaded by Lucille Ball as the bubbly, aspiring star Lucy and her real-life husband Desi Arnaz as singer and bandleader Ricky Ricardo, took America by storm. It debuted in The very first episode aired the evening of October 15th, 1951. However, the site then puts that point as 1953 on the timeline. Uh-oh. Somebody made a mistake. 1953, toilets stopped flushing in parts of the country when the iconic episode Lucy Goes to the Hospital aired. What? Over 71% of the nation watched Lucy Goes to the Hospital. Why does it say toilets stopped flushing? I don't get the joke. I assume it has something to do with the show. It was awarded... the TV Guide awarded I Love Lucy with a high honor in 2002, and its rising popularity made Time Magazine's list in 2007. It landed in the list of 100 best TV shows of all time. And then it states that a fun activity for this day is to watch an I Love Lucy marathon, throw an I Love Lucy theme party, or display your collectibles. I guess that's something that they do. All right, on to National Latino AIDS Awareness Day. The last day of National Hispanic Heritage Month. In 2015, this segment of the population accounted for about 1/4 of all new diagnoses of HIV in the U.S. Local organizations across the country use the day to launch prevention campaigns, offer counseling and testing, and hold cultural events. So June 5th, 1981, the Centers for Disease Control issued the first warning about a rare form of pneumonia, later determined to be AIDS-related. Health officials believe it had been spreading for years before this warning. December 1st, 1988 is when World Health Organization declared the first World AIDS Day. 1988, the Centers for Disease Control launched a TV campaign about the impact of AIDS on minorities. And October 15th, 2003, the U.S. launched its first National Latino AIDS Awareness Day. By this point, there were more cases in African American and Latino people than white people. There we go. All right. National Mammography Day. Occurring every third Friday of October, this day is a cousin to Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They're both committed to women's self-care, but this day is set aside specifically to encourage women to take the time to make an appointment. Early detection means early treatment and the difference between life and death. And... in 1913, Albert Solomon, a surgeon in Berlin, used an X-ray machine to see breast cancer in 3,000 mastectomy samples. In 1956, Robert Egan, a Houston-based radiologist, introduced specialized film for mammograms, resulting in better imagery and details. 1971, zero, but like spelt with an X, zero, mammography was commercially introduced as a method of providing better image quality of the chest wall. 1988, Congress passed legislation providing funding for annual mammography screening as a Medicare benefit. Nice. And then it suggests wearing some pink to show your support. National Mushroom Day. Portobello, shiitake, button, and truffle. We're talking mushrooms here. Nice, I like that. If you don't already know, mushrooms are fleshy, fruiting bodies of fungi, and there's a variety of species, which is why we have so many types of mushrooms to choose from. They're a staple in a vegetarian's diet due to their nutritious value and hearty consistency. Plus, they make a delicious side dish for a juicy piece of steak. That means everyone can have fun celebrating National Mushroom Day. I like that. They include in everyone here. Plan a mushroom picking outing. Maybe not the best idea. Some mushrooms, like just touching them, can do funky things. It does say check online before eating, so at least they got that. There's a mushroom that tastes like chicken, the Laetiporus mushroom. Oh, interesting. Some mushrooms are the same, just at different ages. Button mushrooms, portobello mushrooms, and white mushrooms are not different forms of mushrooms, as the names may insinuate, but instead they're just at different levels of maturity. Interesting. Lighting affects mushroom growth. Oh, yes, I learned that from Minecraft. Thank you. And while white truffles, which are subterranean mushrooms, are known for being expensive, but at 3.3 pounds, one was purchased for $330,000. Yikes. And now moving on to a bit more of a serious one, a lot more serious than mushrooms. National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day. The loss of an infant is devastating. National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day honors those lives lost to miscarriage, sudden infant death syndrome, stillbirth, the death of a newborn, and more. National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day is a day to shatter the culture of silence surrounding infant and pregnancy loss. People defy the social and cultural taboos about speaking about the loss of their young ones by sharing their personal experiences and remembering their loss. This International Day is observed particularly in the United States, Canada, and Australia. On October 15th, take the opportunity to reflect, honor, and come together over pregnancy and infant loss. If you have a loved one who has experienced this loss, take the time to give them the love and support needed to process and recover. October 9th to 15 in 2003, the International Wave of Light is observed for the first time in the United Kingdom, which encourages those observing the day to light a candle at 7 p.m. in order to create a wave of light across the world and to honor pregnancy and infant loss. And February 17th, 2021, after many years, miscarriage activists in Australia make it a national holiday. So moving on, we have the 10th and final day of Durga Puja, which I am going to try and pronounce here and say it as best as I can, Vijaya Dashami. And yeah, for all those like me wondering what's going on with all these Indian holidays, why they got so many clumped together, it's because they're all like important days within the same kind of thing of Durga Puja. All over India, Hindus celebrate this auspicious day in many different ways. In some parts, it's the day goddess Durga killed the demon Mahishasur. After 9 days of Navratri, the festival culminates with the immersion of the idol of Durga. This was also the day King Rama, an avatar of Vishnu, killed Ravana, the 10-headed demon. To celebrate the legend, huge effigies of Ravana are burned, and with it burns all evil. Vijay Dashmi's the eternal promise that good will always vanquish evil. 5114 BC, many historians believe that this is the date for Ramayana, the story of the life of King Rama. 1500 BC, landlords of Dinajpur and Malda organized the first formal Durga Puja celebration, and in 2008, UNESCO inscribed the performance arts tradition during Vijayadashmi as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Nice. There we go. 5 enlightening facts about this day. Number 1, immersing the idol on Vijayadashmi symbolizes how a deity moves from the formless clay to form the idol, and then again to formlessness in water, bringing a balance to nature and cosmic energy. Kala Dashera is famous. Sorry, I read the title off there and then expected it to flow neatly into the point. The Kala Kulu Dashera of Himachal Pradesh. Oh boy. It's a good thing that we're at the end of all the Indian holidays for this little cluster here, because I have not been pronouncing many of these correctly, I don't think. Is an international festival where 500,000 people from all over the world come to participate in the festivities. Number 3, most importantly, Vijayadashmi is about spiritual growth. There is a battle between good and evil inside each one of us, and we must strive to conquer the inner negativity. Number 4, the great conqueror Asoka converted to Buddhism on Vijayadashmi, vowing never to lift a weapon again. Number 5, Ravana's 10 heads represent his knowledge of the 6 Shastras and the 4 Vedas, but some say they stand for the 10 human vices that we must symbolically burn in our quest for salvation. Interesting. And on to our very last thing for the day, White Cane Safety Day. It is observed on this day, dedicated to visually impaired people. The white cane represents their remarkable achievements and symbolizes their independence. Traveling aids for the blind, like canes, staves, and sticks, have been around for a long time, but it was only in the 20th century that white canes came into existence and became a symbol used by the blind to alert others. Yeah, as someone who's working for the city at the moment, like, so many different roads where sidewalks go through do not have proper, proper things for at crosswalks to signify the fact that there's a road starting there. You may see that some have just kind of lines slightly divoted into the sidewalk ends, but now they're having tactile plates, which are those big metal plates. They're usually, I guess, brown, and they're very bumpy, so that when their sticks go over them, or canes rather, they can tell that it's there. However, some of them were a little bit weird, where I've put for them to place them, because they're kind of on corners where the sidewalk does indeed go to the road, but there's not exactly a crosswalk on the other side. It's just like someone else's house. It's like on the corner of subdivisions. It's bizarre. I don't know why those are like that and why it's not just cornered so that people know to turn, but I don't know. 1931, Guy de Beaumont from France gifts white canes to the visually impaired. 1944, Richard E. Hoover at Valley Forge Army Hospital develops and teaches the Hoover method, or the long cane method, to many blind citizens. And in 1964, President Lyndon B. Johnson proclaims October 15th to be observed as White Cane Safety Day. There we go. It advises people to look up and educate themselves and others about white cane laws, and to do something special for the blind. 5 facts about white cane laws. Number 1, they have the right of way. A blind pedestrian with a white cane or a guide dog has the right of way. Number 2, you should not honk your horn at a blind person, as they wouldn't have any idea where the sound is coming from and may become startled by the noise. 3, you must stop your vehicle before approaching closer than 10 feet to a pedestrian with a white cane or a mobility device. Number 4, carrying a white cane unless you are partially or fully blind is a punishable offense. And number 5, there is the standard cane for navigation, the support cane for mobility, and the ID cane for people with partial sight. There you go. And with that, we'll move on to celebrity birthdays. So first off, we have Malu Trevjo, 19, a Cuban-American singer with songs like Luna Lena, Hasta Luego, and Nadi Como Yo. We then have Bailey Madison, 22, American actress in movies and shows like Good Witch, A Week Away, The Strangers Pray at Night, and Just Go With It. Followed by All Around Audrey, 22, YouTube, and like everyone else right now, she's making videos related to Squid Game. And then a few days ago, she posted a video on trying to create a capsule wardrobe. All right. Daniel Gizmo, 28, another YouTuber who just appears to have short videos. Okay, no, they must be like a TikToker and then just upload everything that they make to YouTube. 2 of his recent videos are writing a song to bring Regina back and I cracked the code in Regina's. I have no idea what Regina this is in reference to, but fair enough. And then finally we have Zephan Clark, turning 20, who is another YouTuber with videos about how he started OnlyFans, mad respect, and how much money he made in the first week of doing that, and a video on TikTok's biggest predator. Oh dear. And a video to someone named Zoe Laverne? Okay, man, who knew there were so many famous people that I've never heard of before? Alright, on to random Wikipedia stuff. 1582, we have the adoption of the Gregorian calendar, eventually leading to near universal adoption. Universal, eh? Not just on this planet. Alright, every single planet out there, every single galaxy, for the most part, uses the Gregorian calendar. Yeah, you heard it here first. 1965, the Vietnam War. A draft card is burned during an anti-war rally by the Catholic worker movement, resulting in the first arrest under a new law. Okay. 1923, Lindsay Thompson, Australian politician, 40th Premier of Victoria, was born. I see. Yeah. We're on to the, the random birth of the day. I didn't introduce that correctly. She passed away in 2008. And, oh wait, what? It's a boy. I thought Lindsay Thompson was a girl, but it says he. Okay. My bad. Really need pictures for these people before I talk about them. All right. He won a scholarship to Caulfield Grammar School and eventually graduated as both school captain and the school Ducks. I don't know, Dukes? D-U-X. Ducks. The school's new gymnasium was opened as the Lindsay Thompson Center in 1997. Also, it turns out that his page doesn't actually have a picture for him. However, it does include his middle names, which are Hamilton and Simpson. So with that, I could have potentially figured out that he was a guy. Yeah, there you go. Lindsay Thompson. Anyway, moving along to the end card. As always, stay safe, stay grouchy, and you'll be hearing back from me tomorrow.